Fire away.
Marvin, you had said a couple weeks ago you didn't think you would accomplish everything that you have here. So just what does it mean to you to be in this position as a Heisman finalist?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a blessing to be able to, like I said before, especially as a receiver, to be in the conversation for the Heisman Award. And, obviously I couldn't do it without my teammates, my coaches, for allowing me to be in positions to succeed on Saturday. So I'm glad I could be a representative of Ohio State for the award. I think it's like 6 years now in a row that we have an award, so I'm glad I can continue the streak going.
I know that, last year you had felt like you should win the Bolitnikoff Award. That'll be announced tomorrow night. Just what would that mean to you to win that award?
Again, it would mean a lot. And I think I always said I always want to win it for Zone 6, wide receiver U. Always have that conversations about us and other schools with like LSU, I think Alabama, and to just add a Bolitnikoff Award winner to the long list of great receivers we have at Ohio State. That's what it means the most to me. So if I could do that, that'd be great.
Do you ever allow yourself to dream about those kind of things, Marvin, or did?
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely coming in as a freshman, those are dreams very, very far away, and I never thought that I'd be the position that I am now. So I think as you get closer to it, you still start to realize what you're accomplishing. But yeah, they were really just dreams at first.
Yeah, and when somebody says Heisman Trophy, what is the thing that comes to mind? Not necessarily people. What comes to mind about the person who wins that?
It's just this year, just like all time. I would say the greats of college football. I think they're always remembered for winning the Heisman Trophy. There's even some greats that didn't win the Heisman Trophy, but were a Heisman finalist. So I think when I think of the Heisman Trophy Award, I think definitely of great college football players who had outstanding years, valuable to the team, and just special talents that they have for a particular year.
Hey, are you going to play in the bowl game, by the way?
I'm undecided. Don't know yet.
What can you say about your future being at Ohio State? Obviously, going to be a high draft pick, a very high draft pick. The expectations you'll probably get. What do you want to say about that?
Yeah, I'm still undecided. You guys know, coming into this year, I wanted to beat the team at North and win a Big Ten championship, and obviously I did not do that this year. So I think it's a great motive to come back if that's what I decide to do. Because that's something I definitely wanted to do in my Ohio State career, and not being done that yet definitely opens the door for me to come back. But undecided, really just taking it day by day at this time.
And what can you say? Your best friend is transferring. What's your reaction to how?
Yeah, I wish him nothing but the best. It's been great having him for these past 3 years in college and 3 years in high school together. And he's the guy that if I always went to throw some routes with, it'll always be him. And I'm just so proud of him for all that he's been through and how he's overcame all that adversity that he's had with dealing with injuries and things like that. And I wish him nothing but the best, man. I think that's someone who our relationship goes beyond football. That's one of the guys that I'll remember for my life just as a friend more than anything. And super proud of him. I wish him nothing but the best. Definitely sad to see him go.
Mark, if you decide to go and not then come go, obviously that Rose Bowl was big for you and Mecca. What have you seen in a full year with Carnell and Brandon that makes you think that their future will be just as bright?
Yeah, I think they're ready. They're ready for that moment. They're ready for their opportunity. I haven't had that conversation with them yet because I'm still not deciding on what I'm going to do. But I think I can't wait to see them excel, because I know they will once they get into their role, and whether that's in the Cotton Bowl or next year. It's just super exciting to watch each and every day, just seeing how they come in and work, their attitude towards the game. You can see they want to learn from you, want to learn from older guys like me and Mecca, Julian, and X. Just super excited to see where the growth is as a player and off the field as well.
Is Devin Brown ready for that opportunity?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's he dealt with some injuries in the middle of the season, so he kind of lost some reps there. But I think the bowl practice is going to be great for him, help him get back into rhythm. He started practicing more towards the end of the year. So, but yeah, he's definitely ready. I think he has that chip on his shoulder that he's always had when he came in here. So I'm excited to see what he can do on the field as well.
Mark, on Carnell specifically, obviously he got more reps when the Mecca went down and he had some injuries. What did you see? How have you seen that playing time help with his growth?
Yeah, I think anytime for a freshman, the hardest thing to do is just jump into the fire and not know what to expect. And it's been great for him to be able to, dip his feet in the water a little bit with some games. He made some big plays in that Penn State game with Emeka being out, and it's just the kind of guy that he is. And me and all the coaches I've seen in fall camp, just the plays that he would make on a consistent basis. I think that's the most important thing when you're a freshman is trying to earn the trust of your teammates. But he's been consistent all the way throughout, and I'm just super proud of him really for what he's been able to do as a freshman.
Marvin, as it relates to the decision you were talking about for next year, it used to be that there would be sort of the emotional factors that you're talking about on one side, and then all the financial factors, things like that, would be on the other side. Now there's a financial factor for college players too. How much is that potentially a consideration for you as you make this decision?
No, I don't think it has any factor really. If I was to come back, it would be for the reasons I mentioned before. It's just really beating TN North and winning the Big Ten championship. So financial factor is definitely not a factor for me moving forward, I would say.
How just hard has it been the last couple weeks to kind of move on from what happened in that Michigan game?
Yeah, it's tough. It's been real tough, really, because, like I said before, that's kind of the one goal that you have, and I'm definitely blessed to be getting all the recognition that I am for these different awards and things like that. But I think I would trade it all for a win against the TN North, get to Indy and play in the Big Ten championship. So it's been tough dealing with it, but we stick together as a team, as a group. We support each other. Lift our heads up, and we just got to move on with life, figure out how we can get better for next year, and what we can do to get that win.
Summarizing, do you feel like your college career is incomplete? I mean, how would you describe it to people that you haven't quite gotten what you wanted out of college? I mean, explain that.
Yeah, definitely. I think as a freshman, you come to the Big Ten, it's a school like Ohio State, where the Big Ten championship is played, and you want to play in Indy so bad, and I will say when I got here, it was like it's going to be a foregone conclusion that we're going to play in Indy every year, and obviously that's yet to happen for me. So I think incomplete is the way you could describe it, but it's something that if I do decide to move on and not come back, it's something I'm going to have to live with. It would be very hard for me. But yeah, I think definitely winning a Big Ten championship, beating TN North, is something I wanted to do really bad as a college football player.
Is there any thought to the 12-team playoff? Go ahead.
How much is that weighing on you? I mean, the expectation is you're going to pro. You have every reason to, but the incomplete part of a college career, how much does that really weigh on you right now?
Yeah, I think it weighs a lot, and maybe for the outside world, maybe the reason why I'm taking maybe so long to make a decision. I know there's still a lot of time left for me to decide, but I think that's definitely the main factor for me coming back would be to accomplish those two things. And still a lot of thought has to be put into it to see what I want to decide to do.
Do you have a time in mind when you want to make a decision?
No, I do not.
Do you look at the 12-team playoff and the new Big Ten and all the divisions as maybe an incentive to come back and, maybe not just get to Indy, but a chance to raise a national title trophy?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, that's one of the biggest goals to win a national championship, which you always want to do, especially as a team. I know the group of guys that came in here with, what the kind of goals that we set for ourselves coming in here as that 21 class. And unfortunately, we haven't even got to a national championship yet, so I can't really put that as a goal if I've never even got to that point. So I usually kind of just stick with the TN North and the Big Ten championship. So, but yeah, I think that definitely is a factor. And I think 12-team playoffs sound super exciting. Just different teams that you could play. There's an opportunity to play teams twice, I think. We would have been a 12-team playoff this year. We might have played Penn State again. I don't know the exact the bracket it would have been, but just games like that would definitely be exciting. And rather than playing in it or watching it, definitely be a fan of the 12-team bracket playoffs.
We saw DJ do this last year. He literally took up to the last second to make his decision. That seemed like it was no-brainer. And we're seeing why this year, why it looked like a no-brainer. And it looks like it's a similar situation for you where it's a no-brainer what you should do next. What's not making it that simple? And why not just come out and say whatever your decision is?
Yeah, I think, like I said, I want to beat the TN North and win a Big Ten championship. So if I could point to two factors or two reasons on why I haven't made a decision yet, it would be probably those two things. And I didn't talk to CJ too much last year or what his reasons were for holding out. But I think that's what it is for me. And obviously there's still no rush to even decide to forego my eligibility or whatever people put out about entering the draft just yet. So there'll be a time and place for that. I don't think it is now. But there are definitely factors, what may be keeping me back from declaring.
Do you feel like you need to make a decision before the Cotton Bowl in terms of playing in that game, or could you, play in that game and then make a decision afterward?
I think both are possible. Obviously, I have to let my coaches know probably before the media will know, so I'll give them a heads up on what I'll probably do. But yeah, still undecided yet there.
Is there an incentive, even if you choose to go pro, to play in that Cotton Bowl so the last game isn't what happened in the Heisman Trophy?
Yeah, definitely. Always want to go out with a win. Hopefully that's something that we could do there if I were to play. I'll come with a group of guys one last time that you came in here with, like Travion, Emeka, JT. That 21 class is so special to me. Because just the group of guys that I came in with, we had COVID that year, so we really didn't get to hang out with each other like most other classes. So we really bonded together once we got on campus, being in our apartments really close to each other, playing Nerf guns like that and everything. It was super fun. So to have one last experience with them and go out with a win would definitely be super special for me.
Marv, what kind of memories do you have in New York City? Like, did you grow up going there from Philly at all? And what are you looking forward to?
Yeah, okay. So I was going to wait to share this story, but so the first year my dad was up for the Hall of Fame. He was in New York, actually. And I remember being in a hotel room with him at the time. We got to explore the city a little bit and just wait for his name to be called to be elected for the Hall of Fame. And unfortunately, he didn't get in that year. So that's something I definitely always remember about New York. And it's kind of crazy how many years later now that I'll be going to New York myself as a Heisman finalist, which is nowhere near to being a Hall of Famer. But just how the years have just gone by and what I've been able to accomplish. If you'd have told that kid that his dad was waiting to be a Hall of Fame at that time, that one day you're going to go to New York yourself and be a Heisman finalist, would have been very surreal. So definitely a special place for me.
What are you looking forward to this weekend? What do you think will be most fun about this experience outside of potentially winning?
Just taking in with your family, actually being able to look back on all that you've accomplished. That's not something that I do quite often a lot. I'm always looking forward to what's next, how do I get better at something. But I think this week will be an opportunity where I can just look back on everything and just be thankful of how far I've made it. Be proud of yourself for all the work that you put in and see it pay off. That's something I'm excited to do right there.
If you had a Heisman vote, who would you have voted for?
If I had, I'm about to hang out with them, so I don't think I'm gonna make any make any picks. I don't want any beef with anybody. So.
What do you think about that finalist field, though? I mean, you're in it.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, they're great. I think there's a bunch of guys that's been through a lot of adversity. I think they've all transferred at one point in their college career, and just to see them bounce back has been super special. I mean, I'm a big fan of college football, so I got the chance to watch them a lot, especially Michael and Bo. They play in the Pac-12. Usually they play the late game, so they're super exciting to watch what their offense can do, and really a special group of guys.
Is it puzzling to you what's going on in college football right now, though? Like you just pointed out, the transfer quarterbacks. Your quarterback from this year is transferring. I mean, or is in the portal. How do you explain that to people, Marv, about what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the transfer portal world is like, really. I think everybody's just looking for the best position for them to be in, for them to succeed. I don't know what everyone's motives is. I think that's the hard part, is figuring out why the reason they're transferring. So some people might be for money reasons, or other people might be for a better position, closer to their family. Like, you just never know what someone's reasons are. So I can't give you an answer on that.
Define the Biletnikoff Award in terms of you're not a player. What is it that would make you vote for one person or another? What makes one receiver stand out over anybody else?
I think definitely you have to have production. Is obviously a main factor. I think just the value to your team, the big games. I would probably say those are the three main things. Just what the value you bring to your team is always important as a receiver. So I'd probably say that would be my answer.
Marvin, even if you don't win, you're the first Ohio State Heisman finalist who's not a quarterback since Eddie George won it in '95. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, that's, like I said, always been brought up in these conversations, just you look at the great receivers that's come through here. It's kind of crazy how they didn't win any awards or be nominated for any of the recognition or the accolades that I've been getting the recognition for. So it's definitely an honor for me, and really I just want to represent that receiver room in particular, just for everybody to know that Ohio State produces great wide receivers, and we still can receive the accolades that the rest of the country does. So winning the Cough Award, winning the Heisman wouldn't be just for me. It'd really be for the whole Zone 6 and wide receiver arguments.
What do you make of the fact that I don't think you know the numbers right now, the number of Ohio State players that are in the portal and what fans are saying, what that says about the program is right now? What can you say about it?
Yeah, I think, again, everyone's just trying to do what's best for them, and we can't fault any person for doing that because we all do that ourselves, put ourselves in the best position for ourselves and our families. So I think that's what my teammates or ex-teammates have been trying to do at the moment, is put themselves in the best position for them to succeed not only in college but get ready for the next level as well.
What is the mood like around the team right now, just as you guys start preparing for the Cotton Bowl?
Motivated. I think definitely coming off a loss like that's not how you want to end the season. So going to Dallas and getting a big win over a good Missouri team, I got a chance to watch them a little bit because they have a good receiver over there in Luther Burden. Just to go over to that in Dallas and win a big game against Missouri would be super big for us and gain us momentum going into next year.
Sounds like you're going.
Oh yeah, I'll be there. Yes, I'll be there.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Playing, I don't know that, but but I'll be there. Yes.
By the way, Chase Young was a finalist defensive end a couple years ago.
Yes,
So
correct.
It just proves they are looking at others other than quarterbacks, right?
Yes. I mean, it definitely is a quarterback-dominated award, and rightfully so, most valuable position, but yes.
Marvin, you've mentioned Zone 6 a few times. Do you feel like the rest of the country doesn't view you guys as good as you guys think you are?
I mean, I think yes and no. I always hear the arguments of about the awards. I think Alabama has won a couple awards recently, and so does LSU. And that says something a little bit, but so I think that's why we might not get the recognition of other schools. But if you just look at the history, Ohio State's produced great receivers year in and year out, really. So I'm just glad that hopefully I can be able to add to the list and be able to bring some of those awards home for us.
The NFL seems to like it.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's what really matters there anyway.
As far as that full circle moment with your dad in New York, obviously when you came here, the main thing a lot of people knew about you was, you were his son.
Yeah.
Now you've gone out and forged your own legacy as probably one of, if not the best receivers ever to play here. Just, if this is it, as you look back on your Ohio State career, what has it meant to forge your own legacy here?
Yeah, it definitely means a lot. It's still something that I haven't thought of recently, but like I keep mentioning, just such the great legacy of Ohio State receivers, dating all the way back to Chris Carter, and then some of the teammates that I've had in the past, Chris and Garrett and Jackson. To even be in that conversation is an honor within itself, and something I'm super proud of. Just something I worked very hard for, and just never really thought that I'd actually get there. You kind of just work hard and just see what happens, and not really have any goals in mind. But to be able to look at the end of the road now and look back on everything, it definitely is special.
Hey, Mark,
Last question right here.
6 years in a row as a finalist for the Heisman, if you are not back next year, who continues that? Who stretches that streak?
I think it definitely depends on who comes back or not. I think there's a lot of people in my class that could definitely put on a Heisman-worthy season. Travion comes back. I don't know if he is or not, so I'm just giving hypotheticals here. But Travion comes back. Our running back's always a position that could definitely do it. Emeka Buka, if he comes back, that's someone that could definitely, have a great historic season for a Ohio State receiver. Whoever the quarterback is, I think always are put in position to be a Heisman candidate. And then defensive players as well. So really anybody, I think, is just within the program. I think part of being in a Heisman conversation is your team has to be good. And I think year in and year out, Ohio State's usually one of the best teams in the country. So I think that definitely helps as well.
Who's that quarterback going to be?
Oh, I don't know. That's not my call there.
Marvin, thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark.